It is a cool night on Mercury. The Mercurians were watching the sunset when a UFO crashed into their backyard. Boom! Pshoo! They walk up to the mysterious craft, seeing an odd pairing of letters that make out something that looks like Jeff Bezos on the side. A strange creature appears from the odd shuttle, speaking this peculiar language that no one understands. The group of friends begin to discuss amongst themselves what is going on. One of them says that obviously this is an Earthling that has been trying to get to Mercury so he can understand it better than for his planet. Wow, wow, wow. His ship must have had a malfunction or something. They now need to help him get back to where he came from before the morning because he is not used to how hot the days get since Mercury is 2.93.94 million miles away from the sun.
Thankfully, they won't have to rush, considering a Mercurian day is 58 days, 15 hours, and 30 Earth minutes.
They talk to Earthman and he tells them about all the differences from Mercury to Earth, such as how the gravity is stronger on Earth, vroom, while on Mercury it is 3.9 ms squared, since the density is 5.7 gcm cubed. Earth is also a lot bigger than Mercury, Mercury being 3.285 times 1023 kilograms.
After learning many facts, the Earthling takes his time wandering around the planet. He is in little rush after learning about Mercury's long day cycle. He feels the rocky surface and wonders on the planet's composition. The Mercurians tell him that the planet itself is composed of approximately 70% metals and 30% silicate materials. Although he is no chemist, some of the elements they listed were familiar to him, including oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium. A while into his stay, the Earthling started to feel homesick. In an attempt to cheer him up, the Mercurians tried to relate their home planet to his. The biggest crater on Mercury could fit Western Europe, they exclaimed, as if it were the best news he could ever receive. Despite Mercury having a weak magnetic field, it behaves similarly to Earth's. It doesn't have a consistent magnetic field either. Instead, they differ at the planet's poles, they say. They run out of strange Earth facts to compare with, and just start listing more to distract the Earthling from his loneliness.
Does Mercury have any rings? No, Mercury doesn't have any rings, probably for the same reason it doesn't have any moons, which is low gravity and it's too close to the sun. How many craters does Mercury have? At the time, NASA has identified and classified 763 craters on Mercury's surface. 397 of these have received names, and most of them are named after writers, poets, painters, and other artists. The biggest one is Caloris Basin, with a diameter of 1,550 kilometers, which is also 963 miles. Who discovered Mercury? We don't know. Mercury can be seen from Earth without help from telescopes, so ancient civilizations already knew about it. So the discovery can't be attributed to one single person. Is Mercury the hottest planet in the solar system? No. Because it is the closest planet to the sun, it would be easy to think it is also the hottest planet, but that is incorrect. Mercury has a very weak atmosphere, so it can't hold any heat. Venus is, however, the hottest planet in the solar system because it is close to the sun and it does have an atmosphere that traps the heat.
Does Mercury have life? Not likely. Mercury's atmosphere is too thin and its temperature conditions are too extreme to sustain life. Scientists do not believe there is life on Mercury or that there has ever been. Does Mercury have volcanoes? Yes and no. While Mercury does have volcanoes, they are no longer active. Astronomers believe at some point they were very active and shaped the planet's geology.
So, Mercury has a huge iron core, and its core takes up about 75% of the planet's radius. And this core has more iron in it than any other planets in the solar system.
It's a dull comfort for the Earthling, but he listens to their spiels while he attempts to fix his ship. His favorite story is of the Mercury's origin. Apparently, Mercury was formed about 4.5 billion years ago when gravity pulled swirling gases and dust together to form the planet nearest to the Sun. Like its fellow terrestrial planets, Mercury has a central core, a rocky mantle, and a solid crust. It is the smallest planet in the solar system. In fact, the cooling of the planet's interior is causing it to shrink. In turn, the Earthling shares the origin of the planet's name Mercury to the Mercurians. He tells of how there is an ancient Roman god, also by the name of Mercury. The planet became named after the god because of how quickly it moved around the sun compared to the other planets. It has been a few weeks since the Earthling first landed on the strange new land. He finally makes the finishing touches on his repairs. Although he dearly misses his home and family and non-dehydrated food, he knows he will also miss his new-found Mercurian friends. On their last hours together, the Earthling shares his remaining portions of astronaut ice cream with them in a feeble attempt at a big going-away party. He checks the fuel tanks and diagnostics one last time. From the rocket's window, he waves goodbye with a smile. The Mercurians smile back and return his weird Earthling form of hand gesture. He yells to them that he hopes they will get to see each other again someday. But in reality, the Earthling thinks he has had enough of Mercury for a lifetime. And surely there would be no chance of Mercurians coming to Earth unless